Trivial just lifted up.
And the mild straws and guys coming out of nowhere, moving runners along and getting doubles and knocking people in. I thought it was as complete an offense as I've seen all year. I don't know, we haven't seen you guys in a while now. And it's funny that you said that because they were also very good defensively. And the Yankees, with all the home runs and everything they hit, they are very capable of throwing the ball into the stands at any time. So you just never really know. The fundamentals, the Yankees have been flat out bad all year. And when I looked at the Blue Jays, they were so ready. You think, well, if you started the playoffs right now, never going to beat these guys. And coming into Yankee Stadium, I heard you talking about, I've always thought the key to this team was George Springer. And when he comes to Yankee Stadium, when I brought Houston, he had come to Toronto and support teams, remember here as part of the Houston team. And whatever happens, he comes up, he gets booed, he smiles, and he hits a couple. With alarming regularity, he has done that. And I've always said, this team, and I might be wrong, but to me, one way to see them, this team goes into the West Springer vote.
It has been a while since these two teams have faced off. A lot has changed. Obviously, we're going to talk about the relief corps because that is the biggest change for the negatives that we've seen from the Blue Jays. But as you look at the division and just how close it is right now, the way that the Red Sox have been playing as well, are you on the same way as us? Is this anyone's division to win or lose at this point?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there was no complete and it doesn't matter. They wanted parity in the league and they got it. And everybody's had problems, and it's really funny that the Jays are coming in now with the same kinds of problems as the Yankees. Now, this relief corps, the Yankees relief corps, which was totally redone by the trading deadline.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome.
In there, and none of them are doing the job. And it's the strangest thing you've ever seen, and what you think of is that these guys are talking to some of the guys.
Welcome to the show.
When you have a set closer, they know when to come out. They know when to start to warm up. They know what's going to happen. And for all these years, all I saw was Mariano walking out in the 6th inning or 7th inning, whatever it was. When he got up, he went to the side where the tree was, and he warmed it's very difficult for all of them, and it's really tough because I know you're supposed to be able to go lane, that's your lane, we call it lanes here, I don't know what you call it, but that's your lane, and you have to come in and recognize it. It's not that simple when you're not used to doing it. A lot of the guys in this bullpen are just not very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch, but they really make a compare with that because it feels like the guy is falling here with the bullpen, 29th in bullpen ERA since the All-Star break, but not as many losses as the Yankees bullpen has taken. It's a tough one. After the 7th inning, I think we're up to 12. Now, my feel 11 games when they've been leading 7
right
Grisham, it's Cody Bellinger, it's Jazz Chisholm, where the Jazz played tonight. He got hurt last night. Both knees actually. He got hurt at two different plays. So whether he played tonight, I'm not sure. Ben Rice has been hitting, so Cameron Mansfield, lefty. Austin Level, the other teams that we've seen, teams that, you know, we played Chicago, we played Minnesota, we played St. Louis, all in a row. So I'm not quite sure. They're going to the last 3 days were supposed to be a real test, but the umpiring was so bizarre, and there were so many bizarre things that were going on for 3 days. I don't really know what's going on. This is going to be their real test, and after the Blue Jays leave, Detroit comes in, and then the Yankees go to Boston. So this week is really important for them, and it'll be really important for Toronto too with this division. These three teams are right in it, and you know, and Boston just lost their big guy. So we'll see what happens with this. But this is a tough week for the Yankees.
Yeah, it's going to be, you know, they've got to hope Jazz is okay. Apparently the imaging team is in there. You mentioned Bellinger and Grisham hitting as well as they are. Ryan McMahon was back yesterday. He's a name that people are familiar with around here because it seems like he's been in trade rumors for years and years. He finally got dealt this year. How would you feel with the Yankees?
Well, what they need is, this is a team, and this is the thing about the Yankees, this roster, I think, has been mismanaged, and this has the whole year. They went into the season with literally not perfect. It really was not. And it's really not because you pay that crazy away a lot of money. What do you do? You have broad balls where they hit the ball to the left side of the infield. They've been looking for a real third baseman for a long time now. So to me, whatever Ryan McMahon does with the bat is great. The defense, which is absolutely spectacular, and watch the Yankees defense. The fundamentals are pretty awful. They're pretty awful. They will make very aggressive, wonderful plays, and then turn it to feet or throw it into the dugout. And it happens a lot, but not Ryan McMahon. And the other person who is the defensive juggernaut on here, the guy who is their anchor, is Paul Goldschmidt. And nothing gets by him. And he's one of these guys that, don't think about it, guys. Just throw it to me. I promise I'll get it. Well, for those who can't, they can get it. He's been really wonderful for this team, and he has been the anchor for this infield.
I'm sure it must make for some very interesting calls on the radio, the way that this team plays at times, Susan, and obviously you have kind of a new partner in Dave Sims, and I think kind of because I know that you worked together at WFAN and in the 90s. Just wondering, how has it been to work with Dave Sims again?
Well, it's really different. It's because I never worked with him. I knew him. He did a talk show there, and I knew him right to cover the next week in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Dave was working for me too, so he was there, and I was on the pregame show for the company for a really long time. So it's really comfortable. It's pretty stable.
And then you mentioned covering the Knicks. I know you're a Celtics fan. Sometimes you that one particularly difficult. Being a Celtics fan and covering the Knicks.
I've been here a really long time, and I don't think it's not, because you get in this business and you don't root for teams anymore, you root for people, and you're a journalist and you're a broadcaster. And you know, Siciliano, who's the Hall of Fame broadcaster for the Red Sox, grew up as a Yankee fan in New Haven. If you go back far enough, there were some people like the guy who lost the Gordon Parks and John Sterling who wanted to be watching from the time he was born. Most people are fond of Playfells.
A lot of culture rooms, and we love it. It's direct. It is some fun to it at the very least. You mentioned John Sterling. We would be remiss if we didn't ask, you know, how you sort of remember your time with him in booth, and especially how you sort of remember that game 5 of the World Series with him back on the phone. I know it didn't go the Yankees' way, but yeah, maybe.
John Sterling and I have been friends for a really long time, since 1987 when I was an upstate and he was doing a talk show at WFAN, and I was his upstate, and you know, we just have been like real close. I talk to him probably 3-4 times a week anyway. And, you know, he missed, I've been there for 20 years at the book. We were friends long before I was working for WFA, and he's a remarkable man. And, you know, we all get older. And he's when I just turned 87, he's got a little talk show on WFC on Saturday afternoon. So he's happy, and, you know, it's hard. It's hard to and all the things. And we could fight each other to rules. And that game 5 was it all happened so fast that it was pretty difficult. I think that's when John said the Yankees are running to play 7. And of course, John can get away with that.
Of course, absolutely. And listen, you know, if it's reinforcing your decision to just kind of boot it like that, then so be it. What are you doing? What are you going to do, right? Susan? As you kind of look back at your career, especially the first woman as a regular color commentator on an MLB broadcast, there's so many of these qualifiers to your game. What does that feel like for you as not a former player, right? Both of us are kind of on the same boat here.
I think that I do a different kind of thing. I got into this mainly because I thought the humanity of the game was going away. And everybody was sad. And I think that's why people are so angry all the time at players now, because it's so personal and it's so, you know, you're a stat. You're betting on everything. And you're fantasy league and all that. It becomes very personal. But these are human beings. And what I wanted to do was bring out the humanity of these players and, you know, try and make it so, you know, I don't remember even being so angry at players. It's everybody. And it's just changed so much, and that's what I wanted to do. And then, of course, when I was the first voice on WFAN, and the first day, still wanted to be on me, but it wasn't, you know, they didn't think a woman should be on me. Then it became something else, because then it was, we have to talk about sports. I've been talking about sports my whole life. And I'm not a player, no, I'm not. But we're not transplanting a kidney here. We're talking about baseball. And if you love the game and you're intrinsically fond of it, I don't see why that is a deterrent at all.
You said that in the years there are people that are going to be against you, and there are things that you think that you don't belong there in whatever way that may be. And all of that, is that changed for you? And really, you know, asking from a selfish point of view here, how do you deal with it?
You just do. I don't like to get told no, and I don't understand it, and I don't see why it should happen. And sometimes you just have to stand up for what you think, you know, what you think is right. And fans tell you pretty quickly if you don't know what you're talking about. They will always. I think there's a base there that's never going to change.
You want to pull the wire?
I've been doing this for almost 40 years, and there's people out there it's still there. It's like it's 1987.
Want to pull the wire?
That'll never change, and those people aren't going away. It's the other people, and you have to look at people like you. And, you know, and back when, you know, this was an accident for me. I did this as kind of a fluke. I was doing something else, and I thought this might be fun, because this is the only other thing I knew was sports, so that's what I did for a living before that. But it's the girls that sent me tapes when they were little girls that are out there. I can name you 5 women that I know that are doing minor league baseball play-by-play right now, whom I've known since they were children. And they're out there, and that's what keeps you going. You know, I'd like someone else to be full-time, but nobody is full-time. Now, but I'm getting a little tired. I can't stay here forever. I promised my brother I'd stay here until another woman is a full-time broadcaster. Because there are women out there, but they're not every day. Somebody's got to be every day.
That's beautiful, and that is inspirational, really, honestly. Last one for me, really quickly, Susan. How did musical theater sort of help you with being on air, with the craft, and everything that you do nowadays?
Okay, this is Susan Waltman, Yankee broadcaster, is the greatest part I've ever had in my life. And what you have to know, when you're in theater, nobody cares if you're tired. Nobody cares if you got in at 6 o'clock in the morning. Nobody cares if you have a sore throat. Nobody cares about any of that. They just want you to perform and tell them what's going on, and it's the same. And by the way, I can tell you some stories of children of bad Gatorade. And now the Gator, it makes the Gator, it's nursery.
There's a sprinkler like right there somewhere.
Oh my goodness, Joey,
Yeah, I've done a little both. So, you know, that's a pro level on the unit side, but, you know, like videos, whatever, the Hit USA Universal site.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap for sure. Susan, we always look forward to chatting with you, whether it's at the golf or first during the show. Thank you so much for doing this, and we wish you a less chaotic series than it was in Houston.
And maybe we'll see you next month.
Absolutely. That would be amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, thanks for asking me. Bye-bye.
Radio Hall of Famers. Setting us up for Yankees Blue Jays at the Bronx.
It'll be a really exciting one. Always really excited to get the chat. Either Stefano's or Stefano's. It's getting easier than sports. It's like, okay. Okay, we got series going. Kevin Gossett against Stephanie Littler tonight at 7:05. Match of the week. Tomorrow at 1:05. Sunday at 1:35. The finale. Chris Bassett against Max Reed. And we're pulling on all this stuff. Dan fucking Diesel on a TV broadcast. Jamie Johansson on Blue Jays Central. I'm going to join them tonight. I don't know where I'm going to fit in at that little bit. And then we got Ben Schulman back from Ottawa to do the broadcast of Madison show on these shows, radio shows as well. This will be a lot. We'll be back Monday, of course, to break it all down. Then we have lots to talk about. We're going to have a lot to talk about. Get coffee, second coffee on Monday, please, and thank you. Yeah, fun show today. Thank you to Vernon Wilson. For joining us. Thank you to Lamont Andrew out of Andy Smith. Behind the glass. 251 ERA for Cam Slither, 0.76 over his last 4 years. This one, either 282 over his last 8 with a 53-9 strikeout to walk ratio. Just a camera in the zone with that fastball to set up a much better splitter since he turned the corner with that mid-season. A lot of experience with these Yankees against Kevin Gossett. They've got some pretty good numbers. Let's see how this one goes.
Hey, you'll do it. Like and subscribe, guys.
At 10 a.m. on Monday. Your home for Blue Jays baseball. Over the right-hander, Addison Martin. He's to right field. Way back. The Blue Jays reach double digits again. Sportsnet 960, the fan. If you're home ready for anything Mother Nature throws at it, call the Heating Ninja. Calgary's Celsius HVAC Pros. Right now, get our keep your home comfy year-round. Friendly, no surprise. And let your comfort be our mission.
Make your home your name one year. No matter your space or budget, Wayfair's got every style for every home. Modern, Dutch, classic, with Hinto Boho, shop now at wayfair.ca. Hey, it's Mother. Honey, what's north-south food? You're doing important things, but what about nature and all the world's eyes for my success is your success. Remember, you are nature. Connect the nation now.
The message of Nature News.
can see it right there. I don't think you need to touch it.
That like button
on the program. Don't worry, CFL fans. We got you set as well. Matt Rose
Giant ass sidewalk with a fucking sun. I think it's one of those wires that make the shopping cart tires lock up.
Saturday from Edmonton, where we can sit for that.
Fucking sprinklers. It's fun.
Sao Paulo, Brazil is competing for the Chargers. The NFL game week one going. Time for our first NFL pick season. Logan Sandy giving 5 games per week. We're going head-to-head on a punishment at the end of the season for our season, so make sure you tune in with that. Also, we don't call it Davidson for a pretty big contract with the NBA. There's a couple of other exceptions that are really happening very, very soon. We'll talk about those coming up in just a little bit. And Friday, we always close out the show with what we want to talk about on the text line. It's over 960-960. The text line is open now. And until the end of the show, where you get your questions, comments, and queries. 960-960. I mentioned my outstanding producer, Stanford. You can review along with me here on this Friday afternoon. They're responding to Blue Jays being one of the big things of the year for the Jays. They take on the New York Yankees. You can listen to Sports 960 The Fan. Get into the conversation as we kick off this Friday with a little bit of playing. It's a good heads up for anybody out there. It's been out there for a couple times between Pat and myself, but officially with no Young Stars tournament being 10 pitching and playing the Oilers, the Jets, and the rookies going to be set for a very long time here in September. Next-gen game, what they're calling this game, Scotiabank Saddledome, Sunday, September 14th. Scotiabank Saddledome, game time, 4 o'clock, the first opening at 3 o'clock. Hot prospects in Flames and the Oilers. In Edmonton on Friday, September 12th. All tickets $10. CalgaryFlames.com/tickets. All proceeds go to Calgary Flames Foundation. They're going to play the alumni on the concourse, sign an autograph. Bring in the concourse, carving down, everything else. They have to purchase season tickets during the game. We'll have the opportunity to join the Flames prospects on the great group as well. So, play thoughts coming your way. Next week, a week from today, Blake on the road in Edmonton for a 7 o'clock pair of rookies in the Oilers and the Flames game. You want tickets to the Saddledome? They're available right now, CalgaryFlames.com. Tickets. We'll have more hockey talk coming up a little bit later, but right now, holy moly, what a start to the NFL season. The Cowboys and the Eagles, 24-20, the Eagles begin their Super Bowl win with a victory over their division rival. And we have a lot going on. This Eagles special teamer who blows the ACL on the opening kickoff. And he's so cool. That's the worst point to start speaking for anybody, let alone a special teamer who's probably worked like he is so long just to get there. And that happens. So you're already looking at things that are really going here.
right there.
Noticeably away from the Eagles defensive huddle and clearly talking to somebody in the Eagles in the Cowboys huddle. Video leader shows on Dak Prescott. And that's not smart. That's
It is right there.
We haven't taken the first offensive snap of the game or literally waiting for the ball to be played to the referee. Right behind Jalen Carter and sees this whole thing go down. Throws the flag and he is out for the game. Just stepping to the before the first snap of the ball, the best defensive player for the Eagles is gone for the day. That was strange. And we all kind of wondered, what's the set Jalen Carter off in all of this? I don't know why it took so long for somebody to notice the other angle of this hand. It doesn't excuse it, but there's clearly conversation between Jalen Carter and Dak Prescott happening while Dak's in the Cowboys huddle. And to be honest, Dak fits in his direction. Now,
I think that wire goes that way. Yeah, it looks like there's a trench there, so.
Damn is it?
But defensively,
Food?
Jalen Carter, get your head out of your ass. and show up for your team.
Yeah.
Everybody came to get the cheese. I don't know how the NFL feels about what he
Did you
did.
tell them that there's sprinklers the whole way? Like,
Sirianni and company were happy with how that went.
no, now I'm gonna load all the trucks right to the tits and all three of them fucking sit here.
There were a lot of times where Dak he wasn't pressured, really. And that's why you saw Dallas.
Oh, guys,
there were no
get me
punts
some lunch.
the first half. I'm not, no, right? Like it was just on
It is that time.
Field
I'll be
goals,
back here in a little bit.
And
We'll get
that's
back
not
at
what
you later.
Philadelphia won.
Like and
They
subscribe.
won the Super Bowl by not allowing that.